Have you been in the fashion accessory business for a while and then you're making sales, you have customers, you're making products, but you're not getting the kind of profits that you believe you should be getting? If that is your case, this video is for you because I have been in that shoes, I have been there, and I have been able to understand why that has been happening, and I've been able to come up with ideas and ways to make it better for my business. Hi, I'm Ali Virtue, and this is Vsafrique brand, where I get to show you behind the scene of my fashion accessory business. I make lovely Afrocentric accessories ranging from bags, shoes, necklaces, and the rest of them. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 major reasons or mistakes you have been making in your fashion accessory business that is keeping you stagnated or keeping you going around in circles and making losses rather than the profit your business really deserves to make. In no particular order, I'm going to be mentioning some of the mistakes that I have made in the past, and I have learned from my mistakes, and I'm sharing with you so you don't make the same mistake. The very first one on the list is buying materials that you do not really need. When I first started my fashion accessory business, I think that was one of the mistakes I kept making, because sometimes when I go back to my shelf and I'm looking at some of the items I have there, I'm wondering, Tetu, why did you really buy this bead? What were you thinking? What was it that you wanted to make with this bead that made you to buy it? I know there are some times that we say it's good to buy items, right? In the spot of the moment, like just buy items and just keep because they'll come in handy. But the truth of it is that some of the times when you buy those materials, when you buy those items without having clear need for them, you end up having them on your shelf for a very long time, and then you are not going to ever get to use them. End up using them to just make products that maybe you end up getting to wear, or you just get to give them out. You don't really make profits on those kind of materials. But when you go to the market and you have clear plans and you have clear reason for getting the particular fabric or a particular material, it is easy for you to make products that you can sell. So the point is, rather than going to the market and just buying random materials or buying random things that you may not need in your business at the time, it's best you go with a plan. Go to the market having something in mind and try to stay within your budget. Try to stay within why you have gone to the market. When I also started making resin products, for instance, I remember that there's a particular mold I bought for my resin accessories that that time I was like, oh, I'm seeing people making this thing. I'm seeing people, let me buy this particular mold. I did not need the mold. I have never even used the mold since I bought it. And it's just still there. And now I'm trying to now gather money or get money to actually buy earring molds that I really need instead of what I actually bought before. I don't know if you get the point now. So go with a plan, have something at the back of your mind, have a reason why you want to buy that particular material or that particular tool, so that you don't end up spending money that you are supposed to be saving for your business. The second mistake you're probably making your fashion accessory business that you need to look into is underpricing your products. I think this is one major thing that has dealt with me with my business. When I first started, I think I didn't even start my business with profit in mind. I just felt, okay, I like what I'm doing. I know how to make accessories. Let me do and gift people that I love. And that was how I actually just, kept buying materials and making for people that I love. Even when they started patronizing me, I had problem with pricing them, like really giving them a price or a cost for their products. I end up maybe selling, I used a very wrong pricing system back then, where I just calculate the cost of the production and add a little something on top and tell them to pay me. Sometimes they even still go down to still price me, so that sometimes I end up selling below my cost price or even exactly the cost price, so I make no profit. So underpricing your product is one mistake you're making that you need to work on. There is a pricing system that you should be using. In another video I have already recorded, which I'm going to be posting by next week, I explained in that video the right pricing model that you should be using for your business. I actually have a template for it that I created that you can really go to my seller account to buy, right? The video is going to be on this YouTube channel and you can watch and learn how to price your products correctly. It's not get your cost of production and add a little thing on top. By that way, you will never make profits. There's a right method you're supposed to use to make profits from every accessory or every product you get to put out here. The moment you're able to work on your pricing, trust me, you will begin to see your business grow, because that is when you begin to get profit, and then you can reinvest the profits or use the profit to do something else for your business. The third mistake you're making that's probably keeping your fashion accessory business stagnated is discarding your scrap fabrics. I don't know how best to explain it, but the moment you finish a leather bag, or you finish an ashoke bag, or you finish a particular accessory that you bought bulk materials for, and then you discard the fabric, you are throwing away money. Trust me, you can make lovely earrings, you can make different kind of bangles, you can make different kind of things using the leftover fabrics. I know there are some piece and piece that you can never use, but there are some others that you can use. If you have been on TikTok space, there's this account, Kalu, right? I don't know where that guy is from, but there's this young teenager who recently went viral on TikTok, and brands are beginning to work with him. If you go to his page, you realize that what he did or what he has been doing is that he's gathering different waste products, or what we call waste, or what people call waste, and making wares out of them. There are some bags, some of the outfits you see him wear that he made using tire. Some of them he made using discarded denim jeans, like denim fabric. There are some that you see that he's using glasses that are broken. Point is that your scrap fabric that you are thinking will not give you money might just be the thing that will give you the highest income, that might be able to generate the highest revenue for your business. So if you're making the mistake of throwing your scrap fabric, I cannot overemphasize the importance of scrap fabrics. There are loads of items you can make using your scrap fabrics. In this video I made, I talked about just 10 items that you can make using scrap fabrics. And trust me, if you are able to even harness 5 of them, there's a large market out there for you that you can, venture into. The fourth one on my list is lack of storage. The way you preserve or keep your materials or your work tools is going to tell if that product with your work tools or materials will last well for you or serve you well. So you need to actually have a a storage space where you can properly, preserve your materials, preserve your work tools. There was an experience I had where I stored some of my materials. I didn't even realize that the shelf was soaking water from the wall. I didn't even know where the water was coming from. But by the time I realized, about a year plus, I realized that the wood, my shelf, the wood was already eaten up, like it has completely gone bad. I moved it to clean, and then I saw that the wood has completely gone bad. And then I went on to check the fabrics that I stored in that particular shelf and realized that they were all damp. My denim fabric was completely damp and had motes on it, like motes had literally grown on it, and I had to now, take it out, wash it, and then spread it for it. So thank God I could even redeem it, because if I couldn't, it simply meant that I was going to be throwing away that particular denim fabric, and it means I was throwing away money. So you need to pay attention to your storage. How do you preserve? How do you keep your materials? How do you prevent them from getting bad, or how do you prevent them from getting destroyed? The fifth one on my list is not taking proper track record of your expenses. Yes, I think I was able to rectify this on time. The fact that I could write down how I spend the money that comes to my business actually and literally helps me, because it helps me to understand when I should invest, when I should go to the market, when I should, take some money out, when I should save. It literally helps me, right? It helped me to know when to stock and when to, because I was able to take inventory of what's available and what's not available. It helps me to, properly track how my business was doing. I knew how much I was making in a year. I knew how much I was making in a month, and I knew that okay, it's time for me to upskill. It's time for me to add something new. It's time for me to introduce trainings. I just knew that, okay, because I was taking track record of how my business was doing and how it was faring, it was easy for me to, find the loopholes and see how to fill them up. So you need to keep track record of your business. Even if it's 1 naira that comes in, record it. Even if it's 2 naira that comes in, record it. Another reason why it's important for you to record it is just in case you want to apply for grants or you want to write out the proposal. You will be required to bring out a past record of how you have spent money that comes into your business. You are the one saying that you're doing the business, right? So you need to have a track record of how much has come in and how much has gone out. Even if maybe you're not even a good spender, like you're not spending it correctly for the right things, but it's important to have a track record of how you are spending and how you're using your money. The sixth one on my list is not learning, right? It's okay for you to have a knowledge about something, but it is best if part time you get to train yourself, attend trainings, attend, listen to other people teach about what you already know, because there might just be new ideas, new information that you do not have, right? And you need that information to keep growing in your business. So you need to keep learning part time. One of the ways I get to learn on this space is via YouTube. You need to learn. It's important that you invest in yourself. It is important you get a new skill in what you're already doing. There's a new skill in what you're doing. For instance, I have been doing accessories for a long time, and I think last 2 years I had to include bag making to it. This year I have moved from making Ankara bags to now including leather bags into it. This is me improving on my skill. Daily I get to learn something new. Every time I get to learn something new. That is how you can grow. And that is one of the mistakes you need to correct. If you're not already doing that in your business, you need to correct that mistake and begin to do it in your business. Now, the last but not the least on my list is treating your business like it's just a hobby. If you continue to treat your business like, okay, I'm just doing it because I love to do it, you're not doing it because you want to make money from it, you might just end up remaining small. That's the truth. You need to have a right mindset about your business. You need to understand that even though it's something you're doing, you are to make money from it. You are supposed to make money from it. You are supposed to be paid for what you know, right? So the moment you begin to treat your business as a business, not just as a hobby, you will begin to realize that you'll make better profit. So these are the 7 things I want to share with you today, and also inform you that by Thursday, a new tutorial about for a bag will be posted. Right, you can go ahead and watch the tutorial and learn. I already said one way to learn, one way to grow your business is to invest in knowledge. So go ahead and watch that video. That's all you're investing. Watch the video and learn how to make that particular product that I'll be dropping on Thursday. Same on Saturday, I'll be dropping on a tutorial on another kind of DIY that you can learn from. I'm really hoping that you found value in this video. And like I said, I'm going to be dropping a template about how to price, right, in the next week's video. So please go ahead to watch that video. If you need a template, you can go ahead and download it from my seller page, and let's see how we can grow our businesses together. Thank you so much, and for now, bye.